Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Paige, here once again with another video on this upcoming DC universe, or I guess more specifically, we're talking about Lanterns, the Green Lantern show. So the big talk within the DC universe circles, or the DC reboot upcoming universe circles, whichever way you want to put it, for the past few weeks to about a month or so, has of course been the Green Lantern show of Lanterns and the casting of its two leads, or its two lead Lanterns, that of course being Hal Jordan and John Stewart respectively. Of course, the main focus in recent weeks is specifically around Hal Jordan, with it originally being said that Josh Brolin was the lead choice and had actually been offered the role, with him eventually turning that offer down, and then the likes of Ewan McGregor, Chris Pine, Timothy Olyphant, and even John Hamm reportedly also in the mix. Chris Pine also reportedly was like the next on the short list out of those options there, in regards to who I guess the studio and the producers and the showrunner and stuff wanted in the role. But out of left field, like, I don't even know if left field is the best thing, like from the stands, I think, like maybe not even within the stadium, we have gotten a casting for Hal Jordan, and it's just not someone that people thought was even an option. Like, they weren't in the initial mix that I just mentioned, now those actors there. It's not even someone that I've seen fan cast for the character or anything like that. But we're going to go over this report, which I think was first broken by Deadline, but then the Hollywood Reporter was the one that 100% confirmed it was the case, and I think added some extra details, which we'll also go over. So we will read out the Hollywood Reporter article on this confirmed Hal Jordan casting for the upcoming series of Lanterns. But of course, throughout the video, let me know in the comment section down below with your thoughts on this. Do you like it? Do you not like it? I don't know. Just let me know your thoughts down there. And of course, go on to enjoy the video. Want to show your support? Drop a like. Takes 2 seconds. But here we go. Let's go over this article. Kyle Chandler to star in HBO's Lanterns series. The Friday Night Lights Emmy winner is set to play Hal Jordan in the DC adaptation. HBO's DC series Lanterns has found its Hal Jordan. Emmy winner Kyle Chandler is set to play the legendary member of the Green Lantern Corps in the series, sources tell The Hollywood Reporter. The show will be the first series role for the Friday Night Lights star since Showtime's 2022 drama Super Pumped. Lanterns, which scored a straight-to-series order in June after years of development, comes from Chris Mundy of Ozark, Damon Lindelof of Watchmen and Lost, and Eisner Award-winning comics writer Tom King. The trio are co-writing and executive producing the series, with Mundy serving as showrunner. The show, which falls under the HBO banner, is casting and in the middle of hiring directors. The series is looking to shoot from next January to June in Atlanta. That, of course, being in the United States. Lanterns is described as having a gritty, True Detective vibe, as it focuses on Jordan reluctantly mentoring a younger Lantern, John Stewart, who in DC publishing history was one of the company's first black superheroes. The story sees the two characters investigating an earthbound murder with large implications. Sources say that DC and the producers are looking for a young, more fresh-faced actor for the role to play opposite an older and bigger name. DC initially was looking for a movie star to take on the Jordan role, which had been in talks with Brolin, who ultimately passed. And while rumors abundant that actors such as Chris Pine or Ewan McGregor were next on the list, that turned out to be mostly wishful thinking. Interesting here, HBO declined to comment. Chandler became a name thanks to his Emmy-winning turn as Coach Eric Taylor in the beloved Friday Night Lights television series that aired on NBC. He returned to series work with Netflix thriller Bloodline, which earned him 2 Emmy nominations. In recent years, he has popped up in movies big and small, among them Godzilla King of the Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong, as well as Damien Chazelle's Neil Armstrong biopic, First Man. So, firstly, my thoughts on this. On the casting itself, as I said, it's from left field, and it's not necessarily because it's not a good get in regards to the quality of the actor. It's more just that, like, it just goes off what they were going for, because we knew that they were going for a bigger name. They were trying to get someone that was essentially like a movie star, which could then line up with them pretty much picking a complete random if they wanted to for John Stewart, like someone that no one knew, or even just, as I say, like a fresh face, so someone that's like maybe in like a project that people like, but if you said, oh, do you know this actor, they'd be like, no, I have no idea who that is. So that's who we thought they were going to get. And that shortlist they had made sense. There was some people there that didn't really suit the role, and then there's some people that really suited the role. So it's like, okay, well, let's see what they decide on. So saying that the casting comes from left field and just sort of out of nowhere isn't necessarily offensive. It just isn't lining up with what they wanted. And I think that's going to be a very interesting thing to see play out, because if like that's the thing that like the sources are telling places like the Hollywood Reporter and Deadline, and it was just sort of evident from what we could see in regards to the casting process, and they were looking for a movie star, but that hasn't come to fruition. They've gone with Kyle Chandler. Was that because no one really wanted it, or they were like, maybe we need to go someone that we think actually suits the role, not just go, oh, it's Josh Brolin, oh, it's Chris Pine as his thing. You're casting an actual character actor to play the character, which I don't disagree with. I actually think that's a better option, because you want, like, it's pointless picking out a big name if they don't suit the role just to try bring people in. But then, like, how much people do, like, people bring in, like, I don't know. That's like, I'm not too sure, like, any of those actors, how much more eyes they bring to the project, at least in regards to watching the whole thing and supporting it. One thing, another thing that's interesting there is they do say that Hal Jordan is like reluctantly mentoring Jon Stewart. So it makes you wonder in regards to who else shows up in this thing that's a Lantern that maybe like pushes Jon Stewart into Hal Jordan's arms, or like just into his hands, I guess, or if just a situation because of the murder on Earth and they have to work together. And then it learns into like Jon Stewart is, well, this fresh face, or this rookie Green Lantern Corps member, and he's really dealt with nothing. And then all of a sudden, to put it, I was gonna say eloquently, but not really, just to put it bluntly, shit hits the fan with whatever's happening in the storyline. Like, Hal Jordan wants to deal with it, but at the same time, it could be a very interesting thing there. But maybe that plays into the casting as well. They had to get someone that could play into that, like, they don't really want to play along sort of thing, if that makes sense, in regards to being a duo. They're more of like, they'd rather handle in like a solo manner. So Cole Chandler lines up with that as well. Like, the thing is that Cole Chandler is an expert TV actor. The only other person that was really put there that was even brought up where I'm like, okay, I think like in regards to like a limited series and stuff like that, like in regards to a serious contender, was probably Ewan McGregor, because he's done a decent amount of TV shows at this point, but he didn't really suit the role. Chris Pine is really a movie guy. He doesn't do many TV series. And Timothy Olyphant, once again, he's a TV guy as well, but he's not like a massive name. So I think Cole Chandler is actually a really good get. In regards to whether he suits Hal Jordan, I don't know if it's perfect, but I think it's better than like the majority of the options that were listed previously. So it's going to be very interesting to see how it plays out in regards to the name recognition of Kyle Chandler as an actor in regards to people that know him. And then balance it up with the performance, because I think the performance is going to be good just because he's a very consistent actor and knows how to do TV, as well as the schedule. Like, that's big thing people are missing. Like, in regards to getting a movie star to do a TV thing, the schedule's like pretty crazy, like in regards to the actual preparation time leading into the actual series. Like, as soon as they're cast, like, hello, you're prepping now for it. And then the actual schedule, it's January to June. Like, that's 6 months, half the year. You can film 2-3 movies in that time period. And this is just for an 8-episode series. So there's time commitments, but also prep time and stuff. And that's why you see a lot of people just stay in TV and like, why isn't this dude doing movies? So because like TV is their gig, and that's what they do really well. So it wouldn't surprise me if that's maybe like, I think that maybe lean to them picking someone like Kyle Chandler was just due to his television experience. And they also balanced up with the fact that they maybe felt that he was really what they wanted for the role, because they're going for a more experienced, they're saying grizzled is the term, in regards to this Hal Jordan, and maybe he just folds completely into that. So it'd be very interesting to see. But going back to that point, like, will not picking a big name impact the show's success? I don't think so overall, to be honest, as I was sort of hinting at before. I think the only massive draw card, even just a person mentioned, I did say like, Chris Pine is maybe the one there, but like, out of anyone that was mentioned, where I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense why they might go for that person for a couple of reasons. But I think the only draw card, or massive draw card, of the actors mentioned previously would have been Matthew McConaughey. One, because it's Matthew McConaughey, and that out of those lists, he'd be the one that people know the most, at least in regards to like a general audience, I think, not specifically like connected to a fan base. Obviously, Ewan McGregor, Star Wars and stuff, but I'm saying if you just walk down the street and talk to some random, they'd say Matthew McConaughey is the person they know the most. But like, apparently he wasn't even in the mix. Like, that was just a lie. That was just a rumor that people started that had no real bearing to it. Like, all the official outlets have said like, yeah, apparently he wasn't even in the thing. So I don't know if it's going to impact it too much, but then again, there's things where like you're seeing with like the Penguin, for example, that just came out. It got a really good viewing thing. Once again, it's connected to the Batman franchise and stuff like that. So maybe, but like it did have Colin Farrell in the role, so that's a bigger name into that project. Compared to if they just did a Penguin series for HBO off the whim, and just maybe pick someone less known. So, I mean, you probably know once people start talking about the show, but with a show like Lanterns, and it's a lot of like, you'd expect a lot of special effects and very like, not fantastical, but like some sort of like, you know, cosmic side to a degree. I don't think you need that a massive draw card. And I think Kyle Chandler's face is recognizable enough. Like, I think Kyle Chandler, if you show his face to someone, they might not be able to name, oh, that's Kyle Chandler. Probably like maybe like 1 or 2 out of 10 people on the street if you're lucky. But they go, oh yeah, I've watched something with him in it. You know, whether it is Friday Night Lights, whether it's those Godzilla movies, whether it is some of those shows on Netflix or whatever it might be, he's recognizable, at least to a degree. So especially if like the trailers come out and they're solid and everything like that, I don't think it's going to be too much of a concern. But at the same time, I can understand people's concerns of like, well, you said you're going for a movie actor, you lined up all these movie actors, and then you're going with a TV person at the end of the day. So do those movie actors turn it down, or do you change your opinion? So I don't know, maybe we might get an explanation around that. But then again, if you sort of, if you have to answer that explanation or answer that question, maybe like it can come across a bit of offensive to the actor you chose in the form of Kyle Chandler. But I'm looking forward to it still. Like, I think Kyle Chandler is a really, really solid choice. I've enjoyed the stuff that I've watched him in. Bloodlines is really good on Netflix if you haven't watched it. It came out like it was like pre-COVID. Like it was like yeah, like what, 2017 or something. It was a while ago. It's got like Ben Mendelsohn stuff in it as well. That's a really good show if you haven't watched it. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm intrigued to see how it goes out. In regards to Jon Stewart, we'll probably get that sooner rather than later, I think, because they probably want, as I said, like this, you need prep time before you go into a TV show, especially if it's going to have a straight 6-month shoot. So I think we'll probably get Jon Stewart within like 2 or 3 weeks, to be completely honest, now that this is coming out. So, and they would have had to do some sort of chemistry read surely between the two, especially if they're going for a younger actor for Jon Stewart. You want to make sure you're getting the right person. So yeah, hopefully we get that sooner rather than later. But yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you could drop a like and show support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on everything around this video. Do you like the choice of Kyle Chandler to play Hal Jordan in the show, or would you have wanted someone else? Let me know. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Goodbye.